Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anmol Astrology channel. Now today's video is about Venus and Mercury conjunction. Okay, so this conjunction is actually very easy to understand. All you need to do is you need to know what does Venus represents, then you need to know what does Mercury represents, and then always look at a chart like it is a Kal Purush Kundli. Okay, take it like an Aries ascendant and then judge that which houses planets are conjunct together. So here we have the 2nd and 7th lord with the 3rd and 6th lord. Okay, so what happens is, first of all, what is Venus? Venus is about luxury, it's about pleasure, it's about love, romance, it's about comfort. Venus and Moon are actually quite earthy planets who wants to enjoy, who are here to enjoy, who want to have that pleasure, have that comfort. One thing you'll always see is that more than any other planet, Venus or Moon influenced people are actually quite lazy, because those people are very much into having that comfort in life, having that happiness from life. Okay, and these are very soft people. First of all, Venus represents that. Okay, and then Venus naturally rules the house, the 2nd house and the 7th house, which means 2nd house is about your income, your family, your family assets. It's about your traditions, it's about what you value, it's about what you eat, it's about your voice. 2nd house also represents your vocal cord. It also represents what sort of food you would like to eat. And then comes the 7th house. 7th house is about contracts, legal matters. It's about partnerships. It's about your spouse. It's about how your spouse is going to be, how the relationship between you two is going to be, how you are going to interact with a large population. 7th house is all about relationships, partnerships, business, and things like that. Then here we have Mercury. Mercury is the intelligence, Mercury is observation, Mercury is your intellect, Mercury is your friend circle, Mercury is youth, Mercury is young people. Mercury also represents your aunts and uncles, your siblings, your younger siblings. It represents your younger female siblings as well. Mercury is your friend circle. I think I said that. I think so. Okay. Mercury represents, Mercury is also your nervous system. Mercury and Saturn also play a very important role in telling how you're going to judge a person. So your judgment, your intellect mind also depends on Mercury. Mercury is actually a very curious planet. Whenever there is an influence of Mercury, a person is very curious to know everything about that particular house and about that particular sign, about that if it is conjunct with some planet, it wants to know about that even. Okay, now Mercury rules the 3rd house and it rules the 6th house, naturally by the sign of Gemini and Virgo. Right? So 3rd house is about your skills, it's about your communication. 2nd house is your style of, it's like it's your voice, it's your style. And 3rd house is how you communicate, what you communicate, about what things you communicate. 3rd house is also about your neighbors. 3rd house is also about your closest friends. It's about your younger siblings. It's about your skills and work that you do with your hands. Okay, then we have 6th house. 6th house is the house of litigations. It's the house of conflicts, arguments. It is the house of diseases. It's the house of loans, debts. It's the house of your colleagues. It's the house of your pets. Okay, so now we have the rulers of these houses together conjoined. So first of all, this person is hopeless romantic. Very romantic and very curious about all the luxuries and about what is love, what is the happiness we get from there, what is the pleasure that we get from there. So Mercury makes that curiosity more with when it is with Venus. And such a person is very communicative. Their style of expressing themselves is through communication. These people actually attract the other person through communication. Okay, they have that, that charm. While you leave this person with another love interest, and if they are talking to each other one on one, you'll see this person is, it's like very easy for such a person to seduce the other person just with communication. Now the other thing you'll see is that with Venus and Mercury conjunction, what happens is that there can be a foreign travel, or there can be a secret sexual encounter at the ages of 12, 24 and 36. Okay, and the other thing that we'll see with this conjunction is that these people are quite youthful and they always want to look young. Sorry, they always want to look young, because these people are youthful and these people are very curious people. So you'll always see whenever this person, even if this person is very serious in their life, whenever this person is in the relationship, they'll become very childish. They'll behave very childish in their romantic encounters. And the other thing you'll see is that these people will have n number of relationships in their life, and they can be quite short term before they end up in one relationship. Now you'll see is that these people are actually very experimentative. Always whenever Venus is in the signs of if it is in the sign of Gemini, or it is conjunct Mercury, or it is in the opposition of Mercury, you'll always see these people want to experiment in their love encounters, in their marriage as well. They love experimenting different things. Actually, they can be very sexually experimentative, like kinky type of people. The other thing you'll see is that these people actually they naturally attract those envious and jealous sort of people. Now, next you'll see is that these people, if this conjunction is aspected or it is conjunct with Rahu, these people are actually quite obsessive towards communicating all the time with their spouse or with their girlfriend or boyfriend. The other thing you'll see is that if Rahu is there, these people can also go for some plastic surgery or some artificial manners to look young or to look youthful. Now these people are actually the ones who can get that Kundalini awakening. These people, if they try to meditate or if they try to spiritually invest themselves, they actually go a long way there. And actually I've seen this. I've seen Venus and Mercury conjunction, or if it is in mutual aspect, I've seen this thing with people that in early years, in initial years, they start having relationships, sexual encounters, everything. Then comes a point when they want to indulge spiritually. I've actually seen this in a number of charts, but I would like to know from you guys if you have this conjunction and if this has happened with you. Of course, if you are into your 20s, early 20s, later 20s, you may not see this effect. But if you are 30, 32 plus and you have this conjunction, then I would like to know your say on this, that if this is something that has happened with you. Now, these people as a couple are the ones who want to explore the world, travel, communicate, be social butterflies. Have a good circle and go out with them on dates, on couple dates, all of that. So these are those kind of people. And other thing you'll see is that these people are quite immature when it comes to love. They try or they portray, it depends on other planets that how they portray themselves, but actually they behave very immature and childish in front of the other person, in front of their spouse. So okay, when we are talking about spouse, so Venus, as I told in earlier videos, it represents your spouse regardless of male and female, and mainly it represents a wife for a male. So what happens is that a person with this conjunction is going to get a very communicative spouse, a very creative and very clever spouse, extremely clever spouse. Because see, Venus is that cleverness, Venus is that worldly knowledge, and Mercury is observation, Mercury is your intelligence. When intelligence has the support of cleverness, then it is a very good conjunction where whatever you say, this person is going to just catch it like this. So these people are very these people are impulsive, but these people are very understanding, like they understand things in a click. And these people are very communicative and very creative. I've seen very extremely creative people with this, because these people experiment a lot. And with experiments, and one more thing, and with experiments, what happens is that these people get that creativity in themselves. They practice that creativity. The other thing you'll see with this conjunction is that since Mercury rules the 3rd house and the 6th house, their spouse can be a person who has a creative work which she does in daily routine, because 3rd and 6th house is conjunct with 2nd and 7th house. Okay, so such a person can be into some creative work which is done by the use of hands, and that is done on the daily basis. The other thing you will see is that since the 6th lord is conjunct, there can be some conflict within the marriage. Conflict, as in I would say, there can be verbal arguments within the marriage. The other thing that you'll see is we have 2nd, 3rd, 7th and 6th house conjunction. So it tells me that when a person gets married, there can be some conflict with the family as well because of marriage, or there can be some conflict within the marriage. And there is also a possibility that you meet your spouse through a close friend, or they live around you. I'm not saying they belong around you, but they live around you. Another thing you'll see is that these people are very active on social media, and they might have a number of relationships through social media. Even they can meet their spouse through social media as well. Now, the other thing that you'll see with this conjunction is that these people are actually very calculative and budgetary also. Even such a person's spouse is going to be very calculative and budgetary. The other thing you'll see is that these people actually do not like to take debts on themselves. They do not like that. And if they do, they'll always think of paying it off very quickly, or that is always on their mind, and that is bothering them. But there are chances with Venus and Mercury conjunction, or if Venus is in the sign of Mercury, that these people take a bit of credits, like we get overdrafts, or we get store credits, things like this, right? So these people have a habit of taking minute credits and then paying off, then getting credits, then paying it off. This is the thing with these people. And if Mercury Mahadasha is going on or Venus Mahadasha is going on, these people can become impulsive buyers. So this one thing they need to keep in check. And in these Mahadashas, it can actually become very difficult for these people to pay off their debts. Now, the other thing that you'll see is that these people have a very communicative relationship with their family. to sum up, I would say that these people actually have a very friendly and very romantic relationship, romantic, communicative, creative relationship with their spouse and within the marriage as well. Of course, the Navamsha has to be seen here, and the seventh house, the seventh lord placement, all of that is to be seen there. But this is just a foundational level predictions for Venus and Mercury conjunction. A lot of things are manipulated when there is a conjunction of another planet, aspect from another planet, the sign in which these are placed in. Okay, so guys, this was my analysis about Venus and Mercury conjunction. I hope it is helpful. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share, and you can even turn on the bell icon so that you get a notification whenever a video is uploaded on my channel. And if you guys would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link below, www.anmolastrology.com, and under the consultation section you can book a personal reading for yourself. Okay, bye bye, take care.